Hey everybody, welcome to Podzilla. Want to spice things up a little bit. Usually we do a little random spiel at the start of the episode. I wanted to jump straight, Jasher,
Yeah.
into Mega Newslawn.
Oh no.
Straight off the bat.
I guess it's been a while since we've done this little segment of yours as well. There might be a few things that have happened. And you can skip ahead as well, guys, if you want to get straight to the Orochi discussion. You can use the chapters in your favorite podcasting app to skip past this, because I know that I would.
Yeah, but you know what you don't want to skip past, Jasher?
What?
The first trailer for the new Netflix anime Skull Island.
Yes.
This looks insane.
This is big.
This is one of the first MonsterVerse Kaiju related anime or animations that we've seen.
Yeah, the first, I think, to be connected to the MonsterVerse. Absolutely.
Yeah. The last would have been what, Zilla?
Yeah, there was a 1998 Godzilla animated show. You're right. Yeah.
You know, this is cool. We get to see a few scenes of our protagonists, a few scenes of the different monsters that we're going to see on Skull Island. Not to mention the big man himself, Kong.
You know, I'm really looking forward to this because I am a huge fan of the animation company. They're the same people that were behind Netflix's Castlevania series.
Oh.
Don't know if you watched this, Mykah.
I didn't. I want to.
Crazy animation. Just out of this world, like mind-blowing animation.
It seems insane. And
Yeah.
like, there's so many monsters apart from Kong in it. I'm really looking forward to them creating a whole ecosystem of these different creatures.
Yeah.
That is coming out June 22nd.
Sure.
So a few weeks.
Flip, that is really close.
Second of all, I don't know if this came out by the time we mentioned in the last episode, but Shin Japan Heroes Universe.
Our favorite,
You're
yeah.
familiar. We all know it. This is big enough news. They released a... What would you call it? It's like a...
I don't know what I would call
four
it.
individual figures. Kamen Rider, Ultraman, Evangelion, Shin Godzilla.
Yeah.
Which you can take apart and create one huge super mech of them all.
Yeah, it's like a Voltron-esque figure. I saw there was a video about this thing going around on Twitter, and people were sharing it in our Discord. I thought this was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a meme of all these different figures like flying together, combining together. It was like Godzilla's lifeless head sticking out the chest of this giant mech.
His tail is split in two, and it creates the wings of this. It's called the Shin Universe Robo figure.
The Robo figure.
It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Yeah, you know that... I don't know what's from, you know that meme? It's like, oh, it's so ugly, I love it.
Yeah.
That's how we all feel about this,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
I do love in the like announcement trailer, they made a physical suit of this thing that someone was wearing.
Yeah.
Like craziness.
It shocks me to know that that's a thing.
But then I saw that this was also like $600, $700 New Zealand dollars.
Surely you can just get like... You get the Godzilla.
No, you buy them all together. It's a complete like
Oh, it's one whole set.
Yeah.
I thought it was like 4 separate ones.
Nah.
Well, I know where my tax returns are going. I just got those, by the way.
You did.
so-
You finally got this tax return you're always talking about.
Yeah.
Are you going to spend any of it on Godzilla figures?
Yes.
You are?
Watch this space.
Okay.
5-year anniversary of King of the Monsters. Monsterverse movie happened.
Yeah.
Very fun. Godzilla Battle Line hosted a fun event.
Godzilla Battle Line. Guys, everyone listening, me and Mykah are currently obsessed with Godzilla Battle Line, the mobile game, more so than we've ever been. These days, like 50% of our conversations when we catch up is just about like in-game events in Battle Line and how our separate decks are going.
They're at the moment hosting a competition for everybody to choose and vote on the next unit that'll be released.
The new next monster added to the game.
You put Okondru in?
I put Giant Condor. I really want Okondru in the game. How amazing would that be? The best kaiju of all time.
I put Matango in as my vote.
Did you?
We should have done this Shin Japan Heroes combined figure as the unit.
Wait,
Imagine how cool that would be.
Imagine we got all of Twitter on our side.
But for this 5-year anniversary, they've released a whole new line of figurines. There's a King Ghidorah one that was just announced and released, which looks incredible. You can search those up on social media. News as well. So screenwriter Yukiko Takayama, you may remember her name from the Terror of Mechagodzilla episode we did.
Yes, yeah.
She was the only woman writer to be featured on the team and to write the screenplay for that. And she sadly passed away at 83 years
Man.
a few days ago. She's done a lot of real cool work over the years.
Yeah, that's really sad. She was great. I really liked her bringing that human-centric story to Terror of Mechagodzilla. I just learned recently as well that she wrote a sequel manga to Terror of Mechagodzilla that she released that's available online, and it's about Mecha Titanosaurus and this crazy futuristic story. So I'm gonna need to read that sometime soon.
We need to track this down.
Yeah.
And last bit of news, just released in select theaters, the new Shin Kamen Rider movie just came out.
Yeah, this is big. The next cinematic entry to the Shin Japan Heroes universe.
That's right. We cannot see it.
Yeah, this did not get released in New Zealand, but it did get released over in the US of A, and we got our man on the ground, Kev, to do a quick little review of Shin Kamen Rider. So, yeah, here we go. Take it away, Kev.
Pop it up.
Yeah.
Hey, Podzilla, it's Kev here, and per your request, here's a very brief review of the new film by Hideaki Anno, director of Shin Godzilla and creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion, Shin Kamen Rider. Now, I knew nothing about Kamen Rider going into this, but coming out of it, I can kind of get the appeal. It's not Kaiju of the Week like Ultraman. When are you doing Ultraman? You have to meet Ide. When are you doing Ultraman? Right? It's a little bit closer to Power Rangers or Super Sentai, based on this impression anyway. But I had a great time. I think it's a really fun movie. Is it the greatest thing ever? You know, the lore dumps are really overwhelming. And I thought the flow maybe a little too episodic, although again, it's trying to get the vibe of Kamen Rider, which is also episodic. So I don't really know if these things are valid criticisms to have even. But I had a lot of fun, way funnier than I expected. Although it helps that the super fans in my audience were howling at pretty much anything. I would highly recommend this as someone who likes Toku enough to have seen the original Ultraman at least halfway through. I would recommend it to anybody who's a fan of that genre, as well as anybody who's gone on the Showa journey of Godzilla films and had a lot of fun with those. Very much not only in the similar vibe, but adding on a layer of reverence and warmth that really comes off the screen. I'm hoping that you guys will get this movie in New Zealand in the next 25 years. But when you do, you should absolutely check it out. If you missed it in the States, I think they're going to run it again, but that date I'm not sure. It's probably way after this. I've already gone way over, so I will say peace and love, and I will see you guys in the Podzilla Discord.
I've heard people on Twitter have some transcendent experiences with this movie, going and knowing absolutely nothing and leaving kind of with a new pair of eyes appreciating this movie.
Yeah, I've seen some short clips, or might have been the trailer, but it just looks really gory and really just crazy, wacky stuff. So I'm really intrigued, especially with Kev saying it's very similar to the Showa stuff. Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully we do get it in the next 25 years. I doubt it, but fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. And also, speaking of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those. I recently bought all of the original manga.
Did you?
Planning on reading to that as an entry for eventually our Neon Genesis Evangelion series episodes that we're going to do way down the road.
When we cover it at some point. I don't know you bought that. Was that? Flip, that's crazy.
I've bought that and Akira.
Did you buy the original Akira series? Man, Mykah's getting on this manga craze.
Tax returns have been great, dude.
Oh, we're going to have to make this a manga podcast, I reckon. Imagine
adjacent. What would we call it?
Yeah. I don't know. Go through the Akira journey.
We can chuck the Terror of Mechagodzilla manga.
Yeah. There's a Shin Kamen, not Shin Kamen, but Kamen Rider manga.
Bro, we're doing this.
Let's do it. Wait, hold on. What's that? What's that flying through the air? Is that the... No. That's not the white bird of the heavens. That's a new Podzilla ep dropping into your podcast feeds. Welcome, everyone, listening to Podzilla. I'm Jasher.
And I'm Mykah.
And
good to be here.
Yeah, it's very good to be here. And we're back. We're covering Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon today, also known as Yamato Takeru, released in 1994.
The name Orochi might be familiar to you. We covered a movie back in 59, I believe, at the end of the 50s, called The Three Treasures.
Yeah.
3-hour epic based on the legend of Takeru.
Yeah, Yamato Takeru, who is this, legendary prince in one of Japan's historical dynasties.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent of Sir Arthur.
Yeah, King Arthur. Yeah. So there's been numerous books and writings and legends made around this Yamato Takeru guy, and also been numerous legends and stories told around Orochi, this crazy, mythical, eight-headed dragon. But you're right, yeah, this is a full-on remake of Toho's movie, The Three Treasures. But interestingly enough, the director of this, who is Takeo Okawara, wanted to come at this from a different angle this time around. He approached this story as not a period piece, but instead as a futuristic drama imagined by people living in the past.
Yeah, even upon starting this, it felt a lot like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Like almost space opera.
Crazy
style.
Vibes. It totally wasn't what I was expecting. And we'll get into it a bit later on. But yeah, this director even, Takeo Okawara, he is no stranger to Podzilla. Because he directed Godzilla vs. Mothra. He directed Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. He is about to direct Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. And he directs a couple other Godzilla movies. So this guy has made a lot of kaiju films by this point.
We should be very familiar with his style coming into this.
But, there might be a few surprises. But first off...
Yeah, let me give you a little summary.
Let's do this.
The younger of two twin princes born to the Emperor of Yamato, Osu is deemed as a curse upon the land by his father, who attempts to kill him, though is protected from a deathly fall off a cliff by Amano Shiratori, the white bird of the heavens. The Emperor's sister takes it upon herself to raise him. Years later, now a full-grown man, the Queen of Yamato inexplicably falls ill and dies, leading to an attack on Osu by his twin, who is killed in defense by a mysterious force possessing Osu. In order to make amends with the Emperor, Osu attempts to prove his innocence by ridding the Kumaso region of the barbarians living nearby. On the way, Uosu is joined by companions Ginbu and Seryu, who assist in raiding the barbarian castle, along with the beautiful but mysterious Otatachibana. During the raid, Osu kills the leader Kumaso Takeru, as well as their fire demon god Kumasogami. Following this feat, Osu changes his name to that of the barbarian leader, becoming Yamato Takeru. This isn't the end for Takeru, however, as it is revealed that the death of his mother was not a random occurrence, and was in fact orchestrated by the shaman of Yamato. Tricking Takeru into bringing him the Sword of Dark Clouds, Takeru inadvertently helps to restore the old god, Tsukuyomi, to his full power. Transported to the moon and aided by the White Phoenix Amano Shiratori, Takeru and Oto launch into a final fight against the old god Tsukuyomi, now turned into the eight-headed dragon, Orochi. The battle seems impossible, and the two appear to have lost their lives, but Oto, taking Takeru's hand, dissolves into light and gives Takeru the final power he needs. Now possessing all three lights, a shrine mirror, an enchanted sword given by the deity Susanoo who imprisoned Tsukuyomi once before, and the solar light of his companion Oto's spirit, Takeru transforms into a gigantic golden armored warrior named Utsuno Ikesagami, the space war god, fighting and defeating the dragon. With Takeru sealing Tsukuyomi once and for all into a jewel pendant, Oto is restored to life, and Takeru and Oto mount the white bird and fly back home to Earth.
This music, man. Oh my goodness. As soon as this theme kicked in at the very start of the movie, I was transported. The music like gets even like Ghibli-esque at times.
It does. It feels weird because this feels almost like TV tokusatsu show, almost like Zone Fighter-esque, especially with that theme coming in.
Yeah.
Like Saturday morning music coming straight to life.
Totally. It's very, very different vibes to all of the Godzilla stuff that we've been covering recently, that's for sure. But man, good job with like the pronunciation of all the crazy characters and deities and kaiju that are in this movie, because there's a few. And I went up afterwards just to like look at what all these monsters were called, and they have like the longest names I have ever seen.
Yeah, you can thank my 1 year of Japanese learning in year 9 that I did.
First year of high school?
Yep. First off, actually, I love how protagonist, Osu, also known as Takaru near the end of the movie, is actually played by a familiar actor.
Mm-hmm.
We just saw Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2.
Yeah.
Which starred as the protagonist a very familiar actor, Masahiro Takashima, who played Kazuma Aoki in that one.
He was like a pteranodon expert turned parking officer.
Right? Parking warden, yeah. But he actually plays Takaru in this movie, and I got severe whiplash seeing him go from the nerdiest, clumsiest dude to like full head of long hair in this, all tied up into a ponytail.
The most mythical hero to ever exist.
Stone face, sword fighter.
Yeah.
Insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy. And even just to be honest, like, I was expecting a straight remake of The Three Treasures.
This was the other thing that I was going to bring up. So that was very, very serious the entire way through.
Yeah, I mean, not many people have seen The Three Treasures to start with, but it is a very serious 3-hour epic, like a historical retelling of the Yamato Takaru story.
Mm-hmm.
It starred absolute legend of Japanese cinema, Toshiro Mifune, who has played a lot of like brooding samurai and a lot of these like real serious roles. And he brought a lot of like gravitas to that performance and to the story. Heck, the Three Treasures story, the main part of the movie, doesn't actually have any monsters in it, doesn't have many mystical, otherworldly elements. We see a small snippet of the Three Treasures movie has this flashback to this fight against Orochi.
Yeah, that's right.
But he isn't a main part of the story. And this just subverts all of that. It like morphs it all together. And it's this crazy remake and retelling of that story of this character, Yamato Takaru, getting set on a quest to find all these mythical relics and take down all these crazy mythical beasts. And it finishes with this huge battle of him turning into like a kaiju, going up against Orochi, and they fight each other on the moon for a solid like 15 minutes.
Yeah. I did not expect that to be how this movie ended. It went full Zone Fighter.
Yeah.
Which, you know, after the first movie, 3 hours long, that was the 1,000th Toho movie made.
Yeah.
So they pulled out all the stops. That was the most expensive Japanese movie to come out at the time. It was just insane the amount of effort and time and craft put into that movie. And I feel like Takao Okawara, the director for this movie, is almost in such a bad position trying to remake that story after Toho has already done an interpretation of it.
Yeah, because that movie was huge. It starred like every actor with a current contract with Toho.
Yeah.
So it's this huge ensemble cast, crazy sets, crazy special effects.
Yeah, and I just have a lot of respect for them for how they've done it. This Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon remake, because I feel like you have to go this extreme with the tone of the movie.
Just completely change it up.
Yeah, if you want to do something different and have any chance of attracting viewers and telling the same story without falling into all of those same beats.
Yeah.
Just a few decades afterwards.
Yeah. Because a big part of it as well was the original one has this whole backdrop of these legends and these gods being around and like all
We see the whole origin of the Earth.
yeah,
in
yeah.
that movie.
In the three treasures, we see how the Earth is formed, but it then takes a step back from that when we get into the actual story of Yamato. But this one, straight off the bat, it's like, these are all the gods. There is this dude, this guy, this guy, this guy, and then these minor gods, this guy, this guy. This is what they do. This is who they are. And then we continuously see more and more of that as the movie goes on. And we actually meet these gods and we actually explore everything to do with this world. I loved it. I thought it was like such a cool way to mix up the story and to make it more engaging.
I think so. And like you said, that original Three Treasures movie didn't have too much mysticism outside of the occasional magic item.
Yeah.
In the main setting of the story. And even in our Toho Godzilla movies that we've watched, the closest I think we've come is seeing King Caesar in the original Mykah Godzilla movie as, you know, the king, mystical god that's brought down to Earth.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've seen anything else. So having a lot of deities and legends and just mysticism at the heart of this movie and really embracing it as the core tone.
Yeah.
It's so fun. We get obviously this intro scene of all of these different family history of the gods. But then we go through whole different stages of seeing like the water deity god, the fire demon god, all the way through, and it gives so much for the actors and the cast and the script to work with, and it produces a movie with a feeling that I don't think I've seen before, at least not on this Podzilla journey.
Yeah, it's very different to what we've seen before, and I like that comparison to like Flash Gordon you said, because this felt very Flash Gordon-y, very He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Like honestly, this was just straight like 80s vibes.
Yeah,
the action, the monsters, the adventure, the music. Yeah, again, it was so crazy and so enjoyable to watch. Something I really loved was the fight scenes in this movie. I know we haven't like gone through the plot bit by bit yet, but throughout the whole film, there are these crazy action sequences. A lot of real full-on sword fighting, a lot of jumping and rolling around, and crazy like is it called wire fu?
Wire work, at least I would think wire fu is the term. Yeah.
Wire fu. A lot of people just flying around the screen, attacking each other using crazy weapons and abilities. I really liked it. I thought it was really, really well done. Every single action scene in this I was completely engaged in. Midway through the movie, there's a point where Takaru goes up against the barbarian war chief, and they're like on this rooftop sword fighting each other.
Great scene.
Great scene. Maybe one of the best sword fights I have ever seen in a movie. And it ends with him getting like stabbed. The barbarian chief gets like stabbed through the side of his body. And it looks great. There's like practical effects work, him bleeding out, him falling off the side of the roof and floating down to the ground.
Am I right in saying as well, later on, when the shaman reveals himself,
Yeah.
he actually stabs Takaru in the neck?
Through his neck.
As well? It looks insane. It honestly looks like he was stabbed through his neck by a proper blade.
It was practical. Blood splurting everywhere.
So even outside of like the actual choreography of the fights, which in itself is fantastic, you just have these great VFX which only aid to show you just how horrific and dangerous this world is. And there's such a variety to the fights as well. Obviously we have our tokusatsu fight at the end.
Yeah.
With Orochi and this giant mech hero. We have scenes where it's just our human protagonists fighting beasts all the way through.
Yeah.
We have great like mini army fights between some of the barbarians, and then we have these awesome one-on-one fights, as well as just almost like Avatar, not Blue Avatar, but like Airbender kind of magic electricity fights.
People
energy based,
laser eyes.
There's so much variety here.
Yeah.
We have babies getting thrown off cliffs.
Man, this starts, Yamato Takaru gets chucked off a cliff
As a baby.
As a baby. That shot of that baby just falling through the air and getting caught up by the white bird of the heavens.
How good of a name is that?
The white bird of the heavens. Yeah. I mean, it's such a entertaining movie as well. Just even on top of the action stuff and the adventure, it's really genuinely funny. When they need to break in to the barbarian camp, they send in this girl that they've teamed up with. What was her name? Was it Otto? Otto. Really long name, but Otto. And she gets sent in with all these other girls, and the barbarian chief is choosing like 2 of them to keep.
And she doesn't want to be chosen.
She doesn't want to be chosen, but she just wants to be in there so that she can wreak havoc and let Takaru and the rest in later. But yeah, the barbarian chief gets closer to her while he's picking out girls, and all of a sudden we see her like dip her fingers into this candle in front of her. And then he asks her to lift up her head to see if she looks beautiful to be chosen as one of his slaves. And we see that she's like made a huge mole on her face with some of the wax. And
with some black candle wax.
Covered up one of her teeth, and she does this real wacky looking smile. And then later on, Takaru dresses up in like this almost belly dancing guise
he
to
joins
sneak in himself.
Dancing.
Yeah, there's genuinely just a lot of fun throughout the whole movie as well. Great romance. I mean, when Takaru and her reunite on this cliff top, and there's the setting sun behind them, and the music swelling up, and they go in to embrace each other.
The visuals here. Mwah. Oscar worthy.
Yeah, the visuals throughout the whole thing. I mean, we're just talking about everything we love, but should we get down to like plot?
The nitty-gritty.
The nitty-gritty in the movie, right? It essentially is just, Yamato getting kicked out on a quest, and him slowly teaming up with people and fighting monsters. What do you think about those first 2 dudes that he teams up with? Do they even have names? You said names for them in the recap, right?
Yeah, dude. Their names are Genbu and Siryu.
Genbu and Siryu.
I feel like they didn't really speak much in the movie.
Heck, Takaru didn't speak much, especially in the first half of the movie.
This movie's so action-packed, it barely has any actual lines for these actors. But they were fine. There was one of them, I think it's Genbu, who I don't feel did too much. But Siryu may have been the other one. He's the magic painter. Jasher.
Yeah.
He has this huge staff, and in every fight scene, he waves it in a pattern, and it creates this green tentacle lashing out through the air.
I think you're like hyping up this ability too much. Literally, just every fight, he turns his staff into like rope and wraps up someone and pulls them to the ground.
You gotta give him some.
This magical painter.
Yeah.
He just got a whip. He's got a lasso. But
that's basically all those two guys do.
Yeah, it's all they do. But then he teams up with Otto later on.
Oto Tachibana. She is like the offspring of Amaterasu.
Who's
is that right?
Who's Amaterasu?
Amaterasu is, I want to say, a Japanese god. There is a... I know nothing about Amaterasu, Jasher. You know that Capcom game?
Yeah, there's the
dog.
The dog game.
Possessed by the spirit of Amaterasu.
Yeah.
All I know about them.
Okay, so she's the descendant of a god.
She has magic powers.
Yeah, she's got these 2 knives she can put together to make a boomerang. She's got this super clean looking like orange cosplay outfit. Looks like it hasn't seen a day of battle in its life.
She has magic powers which she only uses to make fire. But her outfit,
yeah,
Sailor Moon.
We need to talk about this outfit. Straight out of an anime. It's this like big reveal when she like comes out in it.
I've always wondered how cosplay players make their outfits look real weathered, and even people in the costuming department for movies like this make their outfits look authentic and weathered and worn. Hers looks pristine.
Nah.
It has not seen a day of wear in its life.
Hey, she's a descendant of Amaterasu. I don't know if you know. Like, Amaterasu, the deity of...
The goddess of the sun.
The goddess of cleanliness and laundry and proper
hygiene.
proper upkeep of your clothes. Yeah, something this I don't know how this outfit that we get reintroduced to multiple times stays so pristine.
So pristine. Even after she dies and comes back. And we also have our main protagonist, Osu, Takaru.
Yeah.
He's also got some powers.
Yeah.
Were they explained in the end?
Well, I don't know,
Walk me through
man.
this, Jasher. Walk me through this.
I don't know. Okay, we haven't talked about it yet. There is a giant ice UFO floating through the space and the heavens, and it's got imprisoned in it Orochi's human form.
This is Tsukuyomi. He's the great evil god
Yeah,
who turns into Orochi.
yeah. So he is imprisoned in ice in this fortress of solitude looking UFO thing.
It looks like that cube from Superman 3
Yeah.
that the people are trapped in.
Yeah. Superman. It looks like, it's the Superman. I think it's like even Superman 1. The Kryptonians stuck in it. But this thing flies over the building where Yamato, Takaru, and his brother are being born.
Mm.
I think it does something to them. And somehow Takaru gets this necklace. And whenever he gets upset, it glows and he turns into a beast man. He gets long sideburns.
Yeah, not a space beast man, an earth beast man.
Earth beast man and a withered brow. And his eyes start to glow lasers.
Yeah.
He accidentally kills his brother.
In defense, but still kills him.
Yeah. Man, it was wild. It was wild stuff.
Yeah, he goes into like a werewolf rage.
Half the fights in this movie, he just turns into this, wereman, crazy beast. We haven't even talked about the bullhead yet. Famed character Bullhead.
Bullhead. Yeah, in a temple shrine, there's this bull-headed man with a giant bull mask. After a bit of fighting, he's revealed to be Susanoo.
Yes.
That name was familiar to me because in the flashback sequences of the Three Treasures, he is the one who fights Orochi.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of see their original fight in that movie where he uses his wind sword to take down Orochi. And in this movie, he is the one who imprisoned Tsukuyomi in that big ice castle.
The Fortress of Solitude.
Fortress of Solitude.
And then he is now Bullhead, the king of the underworld. And he lives in this cave. And he's been watching Takaru all his life. And he brings back Otto for Takaru. And he gives him more abilities. And
Name some of those abilities.
Well, I don't know, man. He gets the 3 lights.
Yeah.
And he gets told that Susanoo now lives in him. I don't really know. He's just super OP by the end of this. Yamato Takaru was like a max-leveled MMO character.
Right, in 1 hour, 44 minutes.
He's got all these legendary items. He's got all these legendary abilities. He's ready to fight Orochi.
He's level 20 D&D character.
Yeah.
With 5 magic items under his belt.
Bullhead's spirit is within him. He says a monster is living in him. He's this real tormented character, Takaru, in this.
Yeah.
He's doing the whole like Venom thing before Venom was ever out.
You're
He's
totally,
doing the real like
you're totally right.
Flawed, like real
Corrupted.
Yeah. Corrupted character who's trying to do the right thing. I feel like we're all over the place at the moment, but this movie is all over the place. It's a crazy, crazy mix of genres and vibes and battles, and it's all within like an hour 40. It's a pretty succinct little movie. We need to talk about some of these monster fights. Should we just talk about the monsters in general?
Yeah, so we have 5 monsters in this film. We have Yamato no Orochi.
Mm-hmm.
Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon. Big fight scene near the end of this.
Yeah. This guy's crazy looking. This red and yellow 8-headed beast who's huge. I really, really love his design. I love the character of Orochi.
Yeah, in our Rancor monsters, I think he was in my top 5 or 10, just because of how crazy the idea is of having a suit that has 8 whole heads that you need to move around and control. In the 3 treasures, we only saw the heads, really. Maybe a bit of the tail.
Yeah.
It was hidden behind a wall. But here we see full force the entire body as well.
Yeah.
And how imposing is this dragon?
That's crazy. Yeah, the puppetry involved is just I can't even imagine it. This thing has like flamethrowers coming out of each of its mouths, like practical fire, while it's moving forward, and all the heads are moving around while it's charging. It's really impressive. Maybe some of the most impressive next to Biollante, maybe.
It reminded me of Biollante a lot, especially in that later plant form, when it becomes ginormous and is just moving forward almost on tracks.
Yeah.
I think this Orochi did the same thing.
Yeah, but I think it's next to Biollante for me for just how impressive and how cool it looks.
That's great, yeah. We get some cool scenes, not only with Ikusagami, the giant hero that Takaru transforms into in the end, who gets a sword and begins slicing all of these heads off.
Yeah.
But also when Takaru is just a little human version of himself, he ends up jumping on one of these dragons' heads.
Yeah.
And just starts stabbing it in a real cool scene.
Yeah.
Real cool puppetry scene.
Green blood going everywhere as he's on top of this huge practical dragon head.
Backdropped by all the others.
Oh, man. On the moon?
On the moon! Oh.
Does it get better than this? And yeah, I mean, Orochi's the reason that we originally watched the 3 treasures. It's the reason we're watching this. And it's because Yamata no Orochi is specifically name-dropped. Apparently, in the Millennium-era Godzilla movie, Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All-Out Attack. And it's blatantly said that Orochi has some ties to King Ghidorah. And we'll find out about those when we get to the movie.
I believe it's like King Ghidorah is a far descendant of Orochi.
Or he's like an underdeveloped form of what could one day be an Orochi.
But this is one of those lost little-known ties to Godzilla.
Yeah.
With such a cool dragon as like the pinnacle of this movie.
Yeah, and I mean, since then, Orochi's has shown up in a lot of other Godzilla media, mostly comic books, which is pretty cool. But yeah, he's such an impressive monster. He is one of my favorite kaiju that we've seen in this whole Podzilla journey so far. I love the idea of him. I love all the crazy mysticism around him, and I love the way they actually physically made him and control him and the way he looks practically. Again, just the fire everywhere, just all the heads everywhere, just the explosions. And I mean, it is a lot of the battle specifically is a lot of the like laser type fighting that we've seen in the Heisei era movies to this point. We're going away from like the physical, crazy, wacky wrestling moves. It is just like fire and beams.
I feel like even with like King Ghidorah, you can't do that too much with a creature that doesn't have arms.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah.
But they still managed to create such an imposing figure here.
Yeah. And I do love when Takaru turns into that Ikusagami form later on. He has his swords, he has his wings, he has his crazy knight costume. And he's just like pulling these heads, cutting them off, throwing them around.
Dude, let's talk about Itsuno Ikusagami here.
Yeah.
He's the other kind of hero monster kaiju in this movie. Translated, he is the space war god.
The space war god.
The space war god.
Yeah, all these guys all the monsters in this have very, very hard names to remember, I must say. Ikusagami, something Ikusagami. But space war god, I like that. Yeah. It's catchy.
I think because this movie wasn't really localized in America or super famous there, a lot of these monsters that would have gotten more generic names for the Western world didn't really get them.
Yeah.
So we have Ikusagami, which looks incredible. He's got this kind of samurai outfit, full-on plate metal armor, golden wings, a crown with the sun on top of it, huge belt, glory incarnate.
Yeah.
And what kind of weapons does he have here?
I mean, he has his sword. He has the power of the three lights. He has the wild spirit within him.
Oh, no way. I'm on the Wikizilla page here. Under his abilities,
Yeah.
so obviously he has a sword called Orochi no Karasainotsurugi? Karasainotsuguri. That's the giant legendary sword that he wields.
Is that the sword of dark clouds that they refer
It's a
to?
giant version of that
Oh,
sword, Dark Clouds. I
okay.
believe. He also has flight. Ikusagami can fly at light speeds, able to traverse 1 million light years.
Oh,
Don't know where that comes from.
that's how he gets to the moon so fast. You know, zips around space.
I think that's chronicled in Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon Super Complete Works book.
Huh.
He also has time-splitting sky waves, reflective barriers which disrupt space-time. This is his circle with the Japanese characters in.
Oh,
Which
yes.
he
He has a
creates.
shield. He pretty much had
His
a shield.
shield.
This time-splitting space-time. It's a shield. He has a shield that can block some fire for a little bit.
He also has his fury-splitting bomb flash cannon. That's his energy beam.
Yeah, all I'm saying is there was a lot of beams. I wasn't aware he had this iconic set of abilities.
Jasher. He also has his fire bolts of energy, which he creates from his forehead. Guess the name, which those are called.
The fire bolts, guess the name
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
fire bolts. Intergalactic, wild, time-splitting energy from the future.
You're close. They're heavenly demon-crushing rays.
Right, that's pretty cool. I like that.
I like your name better.
Nah,
But
I'm demon rays.
he's like a full-on Ultraman, like got a set of
Yeah.
powers, set of moves here.
I think it is pretty cool that instead of like a fight of a human against Orochi, like we saw in the Three Treasures, you can't really do much. You can't really have a huge battle scene like that. They just turn him into a kaiju to fight the other kaiju for the final
Yeah.
battle.
With the power of the three lights
Yeah,
and Oto's spirit.
yeah, that was good.
Up next, we have the white bird from the heavens,
Yes,
Amano Shiratori.
yeah. This is like a guardian of the god of good, or like a I don't know.
That sounds right. Let's go with it.
He's sent down to protect Takaru on his journey. It saves Takaru at the start of the movie.
It is sent by Urchiryu. It's sent by Urchiryu. It's sent by Urchiryu
Yeah.
to communicate with the mortal world.
Okay.
Don't know who Urchiryu is.
One of these crazy deities we were introduced to at the beginning.
They save Osu at the start as a baby. They fly Takaru and Oto to the moon at the end.
Yeah. It's this mechanical looking bird.
Yeah, it looks like a mech, which really threw me for a loop.
It makes like electric sounds and sparks fly off when it gets hit near the end.
And it's called the Silver Swan, so I guess it's
Is it a
a
mech?
heavenly mech.
A heavenly robot sent from the heavens?
Yeah, it can teleport. That's fun.
Yeah. Well, it's another puppet, very reminiscent of the Heisei Rodan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's a cool addition.
Doesn't do too much outside of that, but it's a cool presence in the movie.
Yeah.
We also have Kumasogami.
Yes, Kumasogami, the fire god, the demon protector of the Takaru tribe.
Yeah, so he's officially a lava kaiju.
Lava kaiju, this guy.
Ooh. He was going to be a spider god
Yeah, that's
in
a
some of the concept art for this
concept
movie.
art for that.
But he is a minor deity revered by the kingdom of Kumaso. And he, in that big barbarian fortress, he was behind a gate in a bunch of lava.
Really cool visuals as well, because Oto, she is like tied up, about to be sacrificed. And we see this big gate in front of her, full of lava. And then we get this shot of these fingers slowly rising up out of the lava.
Yeah. Reverse Terminator.
Yeah, the classic reverse Terminator.
Classic move.
And this big fire demon like climbs out, breaks through the gate. And this guy looks crazy. This huge demon kaiju. And he turns one of his hands into this bow, and he turns like 3 outstretched fingers into arrows, and he's just firing at Takaru and his team.
Yeah, it's an insane costume because it does look like molten lava. It's got like an underlayer of red covered by all of these black rocks.
Yeah.
It looks like. But they do something in this movie where they use a lot of morphing and CG
Yeah.
to change his hand specifically into different weapons.
What do you think about the use of special effects, like visual effects in this?
I didn't mind it, honestly, because this is getting into the 90s, right?
Yeah, 94.
We're 94. So the CG is obviously not super good, but it's done very tastefully in this movie, in my opinion. It isn't used much, and when it is used, like here, he changes one of his hands into a bow,
Yeah.
The other hand into 3 arrows, and just starts using his whole body to shoot these lava arrows.
Turns on into a sword later on as
Into
well.
a sword. And I don't know, I like this guy a lot because he is a deity, and we haven't really seen kaiju before that can use otherworldly powers to their disposal. So even something like morphing into different weapons and changing their body just seems cool and fun and new to me.
Yeah, again, I just think all the kaiju and monsters in this are really, really unique. They look really cool, and the fight scenes done with them are really creative. I really love just the visuals of the scene, just the amount of crazy reds that we get, and the like locale of the molten rocks and the lava. Really cool monster and a really cool fight. And then there's one more monster, right? Is it Kaishin, the water god?
Yeah, we have Kaishin Muba.
And this guy has an English name, Mike. I saw this guy is known in English as Mover.
Oh, Mover.
Mover,
Let's
the
go.
water god.
Kaishin Muba or Mover. I want to say he just appears out of nowhere while Takaru and Oto are traveling.
He gets summoned by this, what did you call him earlier?
The shaman?
The shaman, the psychic kind of worm tongue.
Yeah, worm tongue, yes.
Right-hand man of the emperor, whispering into his ears. We find out later on that this shaman is one of Orochi's teeth.
I forgot it, yeah. Shoot. One of Orochi's fangs that fell to earth.
Put on a cloak, became a shaman.
When they die in this movie at some point, and they turn back into the fang, there's just this giant tooth sitting under the cloaks.
Yeah. But yeah, he summons this water god, Kaishin.
And giant kraken-like creature, but with a humanoid face.
Again, very, very much like Barlante. It has a lot of like limbs.
Toho really loves their limbs in the 90s, don't they?
A lot of
80s and
puppetry
90s.
in this, yeah. But I loved this thing. We get a whole like underwater sequence when it's grabbing at them. It actually kills Oto at one point. And it's just this, it looks great. It's this whole underwater sequence of this crazy, crazy water god kaiju.
Yeah. And I think apart from just having a real fun presence and look, it has a giant jewel on his head. I would love this dude as a figurine.
Yeah.
I would love everybody from this movie as figurines.
Yeah.
But it leads to a really cool, like you said, underwater sequence when Oto and Takaru's about to drown. It gets dragged under the water by one of his tentacles. Oto goes underwater and breathes into his lungs and takes his place.
She gives him mouth-to-mouth under the water, which revives him.
Yep, that's right.
Usually, Mykah, now I'm not a nurse. I know you are.
Guys, in my nursing opinion, this is 100% factual.
Okay.
You can do this.
So if someone drowns, I can
bring them underwater.
I can give them mouth-to-mouth underwater.
That's right.
Okay,
yeah.
Great.
The only other interesting thing about them I found was that Kaishin Muba's roar is later reused in the rebirth of Mothra 3 for the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Is it Tyrannosaurus Rex in a Mothra movie coming up?
Didn't know that.
Wow.
That's fun.
The Heisei era of kaiju movies really gets crazy.
It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want to ask you, who's your favorite monster kaiju in this movie out of everyone?
I'm going to have to go with Orochi.
Mm.
Again, I just love Orochi's look in this. Such a cool monster. And then runner-up would probably be Kumasagami, the lava god dude.
Yeah.
But who was your favorite?
No, I'm right there with you.
Those two?
Orochi first, Akuma Sogami second. Orochi's just... Who doesn't love an 8-headed dragon?
Yeah, with the reds and yellows too.
Yeah, give me this guy as a figurine.
There are figurines, eh?
Mm.
Yeah.
I know that the Monsterverse is in a real weird state at the moment, going back to like the ancestry of the Kongs.
Yeah.
I want them to go back to the ancestry of the Ghidorahs.
Well, Mykah, in the Monsterverse as well, I think that Yamata no Orochi exists.
Wait.
There's a kaiju called Yamata no Orochi in Godzilla King of the Monsters,
Which
is having its 5-year anniversary.
When you say in the movie...
Yes, I think it is literally in the movie.
You don't see Orochi in King of the Monsters, do you?
Yes, I think you do.
I'm fact-checking this, Jasher.
Yeah, no, I literally think that you do. I completely forgot about it when I was talking about, Orochi appearances before, but there are a lot of kaiju in King of the Monsters, and I am pretty sure Orochi's one of them.
Oh my gosh. This is insane.
That's right?
I don't know if it's in it or like not seen. Its name is on a monitor apparently. I don't know. I'm looking forward to Monsterverse even more now.
Yeah.
What the heck? Orochi's in Monsterverse.
Yeah. Heck, Godzilla X Kong's secret antagonist could be Yamata no Orochi.
All right. I'm looking forward to it, dude.
Could be. I do have some behind the scenes trivia stuff if we want to quickly go through these. First off was that this movie was originally planned as a complete trilogy, and the poor box office results led to the sequels being canned.
This didn't do well.
Nah, but the sequels were supposed to be even crazier than this one. The second movie in the Orochi trilogy was going to feature Yamato Takaru going up against Bigan.
That name's familiar.
And Bigan is this kaiju that was supposed to go up against Godzilla in Return of Godzilla.
Yes.
And supposed to go up against Mothra in a Mothra movie. Didn't end up going up against them.
Ooh.
Those movies didn't end up getting made. Return did, but without Bigan.
Mm.
And Bigan was supposed to show up in Orochi the Three-Headed Dragon 2, but didn't get a shot. And then the second sequel, the third movie in the Orochi trilogy, I'm going about this the wrong way.
Keep it up.
But the third Orochi movie was supposed to feature an ancient monster that Godzilla was supposed to be named after.
Oh.
So you know how like King Ghidorah is supposed to have these ties back to Orochi?
Mm.
The third movie in this trilogy was supposed to have a monster that Godzilla would have ties back to.
That'd be cool, because even remembering back to the original 54 movie, in that movie we hear about the legends of the old beast Godzilla, who had to sacrifice the woman to...
Yeah.
Dude, that's what the untitled Godzilla movie coming out this year is going to be.
We're just grasping at straws to have
Orochi v Godzilla.
Orochi come back onto our screens.
That's wild, dude. So Godzilla was going to be canon.
So this movie would have had proper ties to the Godzilla franchise.
Oh, I love that.
But sadly, this movie wasn't well received, and a lot of people didn't go out to see it, which was a huge shame. Last thing I wanted to just talk about was the end credits song. Mykah, this end credits song, it's called Rain.
I'm familiar.
What a pop! What a song! This is crazy.
Back in my school years, I had this rip-off MP3 player.
Yep.
That I would listen to the radio on, and there was a record function where you could record segments of songs.
Yeah.
I dug that up while the scene was playing, I ran out into the living room and I started recording this song so I could listen to it.
Did you really?
No, I didn't, but
I wouldn't put it past you.
so I could listen to it every waking moment of my life.
Oh, the movie ends and it's got Yamato Takaru and Otto like heading home from their huge intergalactic adventure, taking down Orochi. They decide to head home. They start flying home. Like this crazy rock music comes in as it takes us out to the credits. Lyrics up on the screen.
It's got some banger lyrics.
Crazy.
Yeah, but it's great. It's one of those ones that most of it is sung in Japanese, but for like the chorus, it changes to English. All I need's your light.
Yeah, singing about light. That's what I remember.
So good.
Why
can't my heart reach you? Why can't my love be with you? You just shine in my solitary heart. Without saying anything, I embrace your light, your memory. All I need's your light. All I need's your love.
Oof. Touching words.
Touching words.
Touching words.
And I've got it on my rip-off MP3 player at the ready.
Great. Great. Well, the reason I bring it up was because there is actually a Yamato Takaru anime that released around the time this movie came out.
No.
We will have to watch it one day. But it uses this song as its theme. So this song was used at the credits of this movie, and it's the ending song for every episode of the Yamato Takaru anime.
Was it made before or after this movie?
I am not too sure. Animated show ran from April 9th through December 24th of 1994. So same year.
Yo.
Oh, no, the movie was released during the show's run.
There you go. The song seemed a little out of place.
Yeah.
It seemed to be very anime for it. I loved it, though. It's such a good song.
Such a good song. Should we head back to Earth from the moon, Mykah? Should we take this thing home? What did you have any like final thoughts about Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon?
Let's take it down. I've been so conflicted at how to rate this movie because I really loved the three treasures. I think I rated it lower than I believe it to be in my head. I look back on it so fondly.
Time for a revisit.
Honestly, yeah. Should have watched it before
Well,
this.
I mean, I was watching this movie, right?
Yeah.
I had a smile on my face the whole movie long. This is a very fun movie. Like, really fun. And we've covered a lot of fun movies on Podzilla before. The most recent might have been The War in Space. Just a genuinely fun, good time movie. And a lot of these fun movies, Mykah, you haven't enjoyed as much as I had. So
No,
I was like,
yeah.
I was looking at you during Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon. I was like, man, is Mykah having as good a time with this as I am? Is he really digging this as much as I am? So I'm very intrigued. Did you have a good time with this?
No, I did have a good time. I think I do prefer the three treasures. I prefer that long story. I'm usually a guy who likes slower paced things. And this, even at an hour 44, still feels so breakneck. There's so many things in this movie. I feel like it could have used a little bit more time to breathe, but what they did pack into it was just jam packed with a lot of fun. We didn't even mention it much, but the old god Tsukuyomi, he has a great few scenes
Before he turns into Orochi?
In his humanoid form. Something I loved was just how he was portrayed in this whole thing. Some of my favorite cinematography was him walking through a hallway with like light flashing off, almost like it's seemingly invisible armor that he had.
Yeah, I really loved because every time he like opens a sword, his hair just gets like swept back at this gust of wind that comes from him unsheathing his weapon.
Yeah. And we didn't have people like him in the original Three Treasures.
No.
So this movie took a lot of artistic liberty with, adapting this whole history of Takaru stories and legends and mythos that has been created, and picking and choosing things which are a bit more fantastical.
Big time.
And I think that it did a really good job at, having a new interpretation of this, a bit more fun. Would you say it's a bit more directed towards younger viewers?
As much as the Heisei stuff as we've been watching so far, still a lot of blood. Still, I mean, it is very much breakneck pace. It's something's always going on. So maybe very, very much like a Power Rangers or a Zone Fighter or a Tokusatsu TV show, like you said before.
Yeah, I think those aspects are all enjoyable. Kaiju fight scenes, amazing. Fight scenes in general, amazing. The characters, I think, are where it was let down for me a little bit.
Not a fan of Takaru?
I mean, we talked about it. I don't feel like he's super fleshed out. Actor did an amazing job with him. But even the crux of the story to me, the love between Takaru and Oto, isn't super fleshed out here. And I would have loved to see just a little bit more time of them, falling in love and discovering each other a bit more than just combining each other's souls together to form a giant super mech.
Okay, yeah, I see it.
I'm gonna give this. I don't want to give it out of 8 heads because that would be too crazy. No, I'm gonna give this 3 out of 5 heads.
Yeah,
but imagine it's 8 heads.
Nah, you see, after the super space god, whatever that thing's name was, cut off.
He's cut off 3 of them.
He's cut off 3 heads. There's 5 heads remaining.
And I'm going to rate this 3 of those heads out of 5.
3 out of 5.
Yeah. Let me hear your thoughts, dude.
Yeah, just going through the rest of my notes. I think we covered most of it. The crystal UFO thing was crazy. The special effects. There's a lot of like particle effects in this where people disintegrate into green particles or...
It looks so good here.
I think it looks good. Most particle effects look bad, especially for movies around this era, but it almost looks like it's hand animated or hand... I don't know. It did it better than like how Spider-Man disintegrated in Infinity War, Like this is some great disintegration.
There's that scene in space where Takaru and Oto are about to die, and then Oto, gets transformed into these giant shimmering particles, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So good, especially considering this is from the 90s.
Yeah, and again, just the cinematography in this, the shots. There's a shot when there's like an eclipse of the sun, and the whole screen is like a mix of black and green. It's really great colors. I can't believe like half of Yamato Takaru's problems in this movie would have been solved with him just talking more. Like he gets tasked to steal this sword so that he can stop Orochi from returning. And he goes in, breaks into this Emperor's castle, takes the sword, hits face to face with the Emperor, and just like runs off with the sword. Why didn't he just say, "Hey, you have to trust me. I have it on a real reliable info that Orochi's going to return if I don't use the sword to stop him." Like, he could have tried.
That's the thing. He could have tried to solve this in other ways.
Even at the start, he could have been like, "Hey, I didn't kill my brother. This crazy necklace I was given, just something happened with it.
Here, have a look at it."
Yeah. See, if I grasp it, my sideburns grow out and I turn into a beast. Like, can you help me? Like, come on, Takaru, what are you doing? Yeah, Bullhead was crazy. I really love this. I just thought it was a super great, feel-good action movie. Insane visuals. Some of my favorite visuals I've ever seen in a film. The monsters are some of my favorite kaiju that I've ever seen. Just the themes and the vibe of the whole thing I was really digging. And I know that I am a lot more lenient to like the feel-good fun movies on Podzilla. But I'm going to give this thing 5 freaking Orochi heads out of 5. Because I just had a great time. Again, I had a smile on my face the whole way through. This is a criminally underseen movie.
Yeah, I think that there are absolutely people who see this as like one of the greatest hidden gems of this time of Toho in general.
This is better than any of the Godzilla Heisei stuff so far. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm putting a line in the sand.
Dude.
Return of Godzilla pales in comparison to this. The characters and all the Heisei stuff pale in comparison to these characters and this mythos and these fight scenes.
I will say that I think the Heisei era has been having a little bit of sci-fi saturation. Every single plot is about like building the next giant mech time travel, Mothra and Batra was one of the highlights for me because it kind of delved into like old legends
Yeah,
in that world. And I think having a fantasy backdrop
it was cool.
is so fun.
So many magic items and legends. There's one point where I think, was it Yamato Takaru's aunt is like getting attacked by this crazy fog wind that's like coming in while she's praying. And she just grabs this random magic item we don't see again and like dispels all the fog. I'm like, hey, there's cool things like that exist that we don't have to have explained to us.
This is the room where she has like 1,000 candles all
Yes.
burning at once.
So great.
Yeah.
So cool. Oh, yeah. I love this movie. Please, if you're listening to this and haven't seen Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, I just implore you to check it out. Because it is very different to the Godzilla stuff, but it's really great.
Yeah. I'd say this and even the Three Treasures,
Yeah.
just to hear a bit about this legend of Takaru and this giant kind of core piece of Japanese history
Big time.
that not many people at all are aware of.
It's a cool story.
It really is.
It reminds
really
me
is.
of like the Trials of Hercules.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well. It taps into those same feelings as like the Greek myths and Greek
Yeah,
gods.
because I studied classical studies for a couple years at school.
Uh-huh.
This was like Roman, Greek, Norse history and religion. And it's very much in that kind of vein of epic storytelling. It's really cool. I've really enjoyed throughout the Three Treasures in this. Just learning a lot more about Japan's history that I knew nothing
Yeah.
about and most people wouldn't.
Yeah.
And you can see kind of from these stories how it's cool to see echoes of which one day would be Godzilla, even from these legends and storytelling of these fantastical beasts and stories.
Yeah, because in New Zealand we have a lot of. New Zealand was originally inhabited by the Maori tribe, and they brought along so many mythos of giant creatures and kind of those same kaiju-like monsters who helped create the world and
We
the
got
land we live in.
a lot of kaiju in New Zealand history.
We do.
Yeah.
And the Western American world doesn't have too much of that. Japanese history is so rich
Yeah.
with all of those legends and stories.
Mm.
So obviously that's going to come through, and I'm so happy that Godzilla has sprung out of that rich history.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish this off with my favorite scene from the movie, Jasher. This is the last thing I'll say.
Okay.
In the Three Treasures, he was given his name, Yamato Takaru,
Yes.
after killing the dude,
Yeah.
the leader of the barbarians.
Because he's from the Yamato tribe,
Mm-hmm.
and then the leader of the barbarians was called Takaru, or that the barbarian
right.
tribe was the Takaru tribe?
Something like that. His name was Takaru. The
Yeah.
leader. In this movie, while they're sword fighting, the barbarian Takaru ends up speaking to him mid-fight, saying, "Hey, right now I'm going to name you Yamato Takaru." And also at that point is like, why are you going to name me that if I'm going to walk out of here alive? And the barbarian leader says, "Don't laugh. I'm telling you what name I'll inscribe on your tomb."
Which is still a bit weird that he's giving him his name.
Right before he's going to die.
But
his name, yeah.
But I think it was, more so like you're a really good fighter. This is the best fight I've had in years. So I will give you my name out of honor for your fighting prowess.
And that's what I'll put on your grave.
I'll put it on your grave, yeah.
I don't know, it's a cool scene. I love the moments like that in the script where it was just like kind of epic writing.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's cool writing. We have a few messages. Thanks for sending them in, guys. Liam, or Etnodove in the Discord, said, "I thought this was a Xena-esque mythological adventure, but it goes off the rails when an alien god sends our heroes to the moon. VFX is great throughout as usual, with Kumasugami's transforming hands being especially exciting. The ancient Japanese setting is a great change of pace, and while his sword fighting could use some work, the returning Masahiro Takashima is excellent as Yamato." And Liam gives it 3.94 out of 5.
Oh, I love a good decimal rating.
I guess Takaru just cut off a little bit of that Orochi head to get
There's a
there.
little bit of neck left there.
0.6 for an Orochi head.
We also had David email into the Podzilla.
Yeah.
And you can send in any messages you want at PodzillaPod gmail.com.
Yeah.
David says, I hadn't seen this movie since I was in college, and I wasn't sure it would still hold up to what I remembered. I'm so glad y'all gave me a reason to watch it again, though, because I still absolutely love this wonderful, often overlooked Japanese fantasy movie. It's a true delight, with wonderful effects, likable characters, and a plot that's exciting and epic. All that said, thanks guys for giving me an excuse to lay on the couch and enjoy it once more.
Yeah, thanks, David. I'm really annoyed at Toho because there's movies like this that are just lost to time. They're very, very hard to track down and watch outside of Japan. Like, I want a 4K release, like
honestly, yeah,
a double feature 4K collector's edition release of like The Three Treasures and Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon.
Bro, chuck that Takaru anime series in there as well.
Yeah. And last but not least, we have a review here from our Kaiju reviewer, Waffles.
Hey, Waffles here with another Kaiju review. Just saw Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon, and I honestly can't tell you whether I just watched a movie or an entire series of an anime, because it felt like it, but in the best way possible. Wow, what a movie. You start off with a baby being thrown off a cliff, and you end up fighting a god on the moon. What more can I say? This film was just it's the only way to describe it. Just 8 out of 8 giant dragon heads. Good film.
Honestly, I feel like all that stuff is par for the course for Podzilla now.
That's a very good way to put it, though. It did seem like an epic anime condensed down to an hour 40.
Yeah.
The amount of locations and fights that we just had throughout this.
Also, can I mention, this is the second time we've had a human turn into a giant kaiju fighting another kaiju on the moon. On the pod?
It did happen in Zone Fighter, right?
It happened in Zone Fighter. This is the second time.
Because Zone Fighter is a human who turns into a kaiju. Was it the moon or was it Venus? Was this when Zone Fighter fought the person who turned into a
grave?
A grave?
It might have been Venus. On another astral body.
Oh, well, you know what? 2 weeks' time, we are heading back to space.
Are we?
So, yeah, we haven't seen the last of the moon, potentially. But we're watching Godzilla versus Space Godzilla in a fortnight, guys. And this synopsis for this is: a mysterious extraterrestrial being resembling Godzilla rapidly approaches Earth. The monster, dubbed Space Godzilla, lands to challenge the king of the monsters.
That's so good. Space Godzilla is a kaiju that I've known next to nothing about for the entirety of being familiar with the Godzilla franchise, and he's been one of the ones I've been most excited to finally get around to watching.
Yeah, this movie as well, like before covering them again for the show, I had seen quite a few of the Heisei era movies. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla was one that I never had, and I've been looking forward to it, especially with the fact that it's like the return of Mogira.
Yeah, oh, that's right, we get Mogira back.
Yeah, and we see baby Godzilla grown up to his next form.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hype going into old Space Godzilla here, so I'm excited.
That's right, so we'll see everybody in 2 weeks, in one bye week.
In a bye week.
For that.
Yeah, and yeah, be sure, if you do have any thoughts on Space Godzilla, would love to hear from you. Send those in at podzillapod@gmail.com. And just join our Discord as well. Links in the show notes. We'd love to chat to you ahead of that movie. Tell us, join the Discord. Tell us what you thought of Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon. Let's have a big discussion about this movie, because I got so much more to say. This was such a cool movie.
Let's do it. Honestly, tell us which of the 8 heads was your favorite. Mine was, I think, the 6th one. Did you have a favorite head?
Oh, no. I like the tail. The nice looking tail, Orochi.
That's been Podzilla with your hosts Jasher and Mykah Drake. Follow along on our socials at PodzillaPod and jump into our Discord via the link in the show notes.
Huge thank you to Cassie Celine, who did our podcast art, and Dagora9898, who did our episode thumbnail.
Let's go. And just a disclaimer that any musical sound effects used in this episode belong entirely to the Toho Company. See you guys next episode.